Hello, everyone, and welcome to J is for Justice. I am your host, Jay, with you today, and welcome to my channel. If you like what you see here today, please consider subscribing, and if you could give this video a thumbs up, that is always greatly appreciated.
The live guest on a podcast called J is for Justice.
I think they're just hopeful that she returns no matter what. Oh my God, that's Megan's house. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And then,
Wait a second, you guys. We have breaking news. All of a sudden in the chat, there was breaking news that there was a raid going on in Houston, Texas. It may be connected to a high-profile case.
That's her best friend. She would not be there.
Hey guys, so I've done something a little different, and it was kind of by accident, but I noticed if I slow down the body cam video that you notice a lot more details. A viewer actually picked up a detail from my last video that I wanted to share with you guys first. And then I want to kind of analyze some parts of the body cam in slow-mo. Not that there's anything necessarily groundbreaking, but being that we have analyzed this case over and over, a lot of this video moves so quickly that you really can't see what's going on in the house, what's in the house, movements that people made, movements that Chris made. I found it interesting, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And let me know if you find this interesting, if you see anything that we might want to review and discuss. If you see something that you've never seen before, please let me know in the comments below, because this leads to really good discussion on this case. Okay, so here I have started at the point where Chris pulls up in his truck from work, and you can clearly see that the officer, Nicole Atkinson, and her son, Nicholas, and her daughter are waiting anxiously for Chris. Nicole has Sandy Ruchek on the phone. So here comes Chris, and this is a point where one of my viewers picked up. Okay, so let's pause right there. And let's take a look at Chris's shirt here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of zoom in on that spot. You look at his right chest, and you see an outline of something. Okay, so while we pause at that spot, you can see an outline of something on his shirt. Now, this viewer that commented on this, she thought it looked like it could be Shanann's phone under there. So I was really racking my brain. I'm like, how could he have something like a phone possibly strapped to him under that shirt? And then it dawned on me, if you guys remember, on the porch interview, his waist looks really distorted and weird. And then when he gets arrested and he is shirtless and they take his picture, his abdomen looks squished in. It looks wrinkled, like creases in it. I believe that Chris was wearing a waist trainer. And that could very well be Shanann's phone shoved in his waist trainer under his shirt. What do you guys think? So now, I know this is slow moving, but now we see Chris going into the garage. And this is where we have always wondered, why did he go in the Lexus for? Something Shanann's ring might have been in the cup holder or on the passenger seat or on the passenger floor. We will see right here in slow motion. We know that Chris got something very small out of the car, because when I zoom in, and you'll see whatever it is that he picks up, drops, and then picks up again, you can see his arm extended out. Whatever's in his right hand, all he does is close his palm on it, or he wraps his fingers around it and closes his palm. So it's something that could fit into the palm of Chris's hand. And then that's when he turns away from the officer and continues making his way inside to do whatever it was that he did. Now, did he take that ring right upstairs and put it on the nightstand? And the phone, did he put the phone on the couch? Or did he do something else? Did he go downstairs? We know that when he walks in, he does go down in the basement first thing after letting everybody in. So my theory is that maybe he went upstairs and planted the ring and the phone, let them in, and then once they came in and they were busy with the upstairs of the house, the main floor, he decided to make a break to the basement to check on something. So another interesting detail that we are going to discuss is Dieter. We all saw Dieter bark, 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 bark the entire time they were searching. However, Nicole has been at the door for over an hour and we haven't heard little Dieter. And now they're entering. So Chris has finally let them in. And that was about 1 minute and 15 seconds that passed between the time he went into the garage door and went inside and let them in the front door. And this part is where I can see Nicole kind of goes into panic mode. She walks in and she has her hand on her forehead and she sees Shanann's suitcase. And she knows that something terrible has happened. And I think her panic sets in and gets worse when her medications are found, which that happens here in the kitchen. But not quite yet. So here's Chris. Officers coming in behind Nicole. Chris is pacing in the kitchen. And now he's deciding, I'm going to go down in the basement. Nicole's dumbfounded. She's still talking to Shanann's mother. They don't know what the hell's going on. Chris is going downstairs into the basement. And now we hear Dieter. But why was Dieter so quiet before?
She checked upstairs. She's not there. I just want to make sure she's not passed out somewhere. Is she diabetic? You mind if I look around? Okay, thanks.
All right, so Chris has gone downstairs to do whatever it is that he's doing down there. Some say that maybe NK was in the basement and he was making sure that she didn't leave anything out of place. But now we have the officer looking at the garage door. That's the garage service door. And then the Vivint system. Now, I'm not familiar with Vivint at all. So if you look closely at that box, when I zoom in, I'm going to freeze it right there for a second. And anyone who has Vivint or may have this model of box, if you could please let me know, what does the left light lit up mean and what does the right light mean? And does that look like it should? Is that like a ready position for that Vivint box? So if you know that the answer to that question, please let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious as to the position of that Vivint system when they originally came in after the murders. I mean, you guys, this footage to me is so fascinating because it is the initial footage after the murders occurred. And we know that Chris only had so much time after the murders to do what he did before he left for work. And this is the condition that the house was left in. So that's why I found it so interesting to slow this down and just kind of take a look at all the details in the house. And now you're going to get a tour down into the Watts basement, the infamous basement. As the officer is going downstairs, and he's going to take a look around down there, and we'll be able to see a little bit more detail of what is down there exactly. And I'm just going to let this play, and you guys take a look and see if there's anything interesting that you would like to point out in this basement. Keep in mind as you watch this too that the trauma dog picked up on a lot in that basement, particularly by the stairs there. And as I look at this shot right here of the corner of that basement, I can't help but think of the footage that we showed in our timeline where there were still some things left downstairs. And I wonder if any of those things are there, right there, in this still shot right here. You know, there was a bed frame sitting there still, and some of those a rolling bin. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop there after the basement, and I want to get your feedback before I go any further. I would like to slow down some other clips of the body cam in order to take a closer look. If you'd like to see that, let me know that also in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching today, you guys. And for all things J is for Justice, go to www.jisforjustice.com.